All right, let's do a startup for the first time in 7 months of the Ferrari 458. Now, a Challenge Evo 458. What is up, guys? My name is Brent Ruiz, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. This video is going to be all about my one-of-one Ferrari 458 Challenge Evo build on a street 458, the world first. It's pretty insane that I'm saying that, but it's actually true. If you have not been following this build, I suggest you start following it now, because in a matter of a few weeks, I'm releasing the reveal video for this car. We just finished filming it like literally 2 days ago. Big shout out to Schwab Films, Sam and Nick over there. They flew out all the way from New York. I'm in California, Southern California, by the way, completely cross country to do this video. And we had an amazing 3 days of filming. I think it's pretty safe to say that you guys have never seen a reveal video like this one for like one of these supercar builds on YouTube. A lot of thought went into the whole theme, the concept. I wrote an entire script. Yes, there's acting in this. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. I hope you guys will like it. And I'm actually very close now to 1,000 subscribers on this channel. Yeah, that's pretty sad, but if I can actually release the video after I get to 1,000 subs, that would be awesome. So if you're not subscribed already, if you're watching this right now and you're not subbed, please hit that subscribe button. Help support this channel. I'm trying to grow it, and I'm gonna be doing a lot of content around this car. And that's, by the way, why I keep looking in this direction, because I am looking at the car right now in my garage. I cannot actually believe it still. Every time I come in here, it's only been here like 2 days. Yeah. It's ridiculous. Seeing this thing rolling on the road for the first time the other day, it looks like a freaking toy. Like, it looks like a toy. It looks like a Hot Wheels literally on the road. And it is amazing just to see how many people, their reactions to this car. Hopefully nobody leaks it, but it's been pretty amazing to see just people looking at this car and the smiles that it puts on their face. That is the #1 goal for this build. And yeah, I think we've accomplished that. You know, guys, it's been 7 months since the build began. Yeah, it's ridiculous, I know. That was never obviously the plan for it to take this long. Obviously with the current virus situation going on, that plus just a bunch of issues in trying to source parts, issues with the parts that I did receive, just a never-ending just problems. It's been a very difficult road to get to the point that we're at now, 99% done. But considering that it took that long, I really wanted to make a very special reveal video, and that's why I really went kind of all out on the video, in the preparation, in the script, in hiring out an awesome group of videographers. And I'm so excited now to just be able to release this finally and start making content for this car and start driving it all the time. I really want to thank you guys, especially the ones that have been following the build from the beginning, for your patience. I know it has not been easy, but we're almost there, guys. We're almost there. So it's 99% done. I am actually going to be heading to Deity Motorsports. This is the shop that I really have to give a big shout out to, James and the guys over there at Deity Motorsports. They have been taking this car from like the 90% finished mark to the 100% finished mark, which we're at 99%. So just one more percent and we'll be good. But yeah, they're going to be knocking out a ton of stuff over the next 2 weeks while we wait for the video to be edited. So I just want this thing to be as perfect as possible before I actually start driving it all the time on the road. So that's what I'm gonna be talking to you guys about in this video. I'm gonna get inside and we're gonna drive it to the shop right now. And yeah, let's talk about what's happening to this car over the next couple weeks. First time starting the car in my own house in 7 months. All right, here we go. Don't worry about all these beeps. You know, there's just, you know, it's a race car life. Nothing to see there. All right, let's do a startup for the first time in 7 months of the Ferrari 458. Now, a Challenge Evo 458. Pretty rough start there. I think I might need to put this car in a battery tender. But yeah, we are good to go. I do have a lapel mic because it is still, the exhaust setup on the car is still the exact same as it's always been. So it's still insanely loud, it's still straight piped, it still has that amazing S-line exhaust. So I do have this lapel mic on me so you guys can hear me better, which I'll activate right now. So let's get on the road to Deity Motorsports. Just have to be very careful exiting these driveways so I don't scrape my front splitter. In this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about what's going to be happening to the car over the next couple weeks that the car is going to be at Deity Motorsports and a couple other shops actually. We're just going to get everything knocked out while we wait for the video to be edited by Schwa Films. And by the way, guys, if you really notice that I am bouncing a lot in this car, it's because I am. These new shocks, if you guys have not been following the build, you'll know that one of my primary goals of this entire build is to make it as authentic as possible. Now with these builds, a lot of people do them just mostly for aesthetic reasons. That wasn't really the case for me. Ever since the beginning, I wanted it to be authentic, but also I wanted to be able to take advantage as much as possible of the things that I am changing on the car, making this thing a race car for the road that should improve some kind of performance, right? And whereas, one sec, let me just merge on. Whereas we're not really doing too much to the power of this car, since you can't really do too much to the power of this car since it's a naturally aspirated V8. It's tuned already. You can't do much more unless you do a twin turbo, and that's not very practical. So with me, the way that I'm going to get any kind of performance improvement is in basically three primary factors. Number one, the rear wing, but that really only comes into play when I'm really going hard on the track, because the wing really only comes into play when you're going over 90 miles, 100 miles per hour in a turn, right? That's when you're really going to feel that downforce kick in. And number two is the suspension. And putting these authentic challenge race car shocks on this car, well, number one, it's going to completely delete the practicality of this car in terms of being able to have a comfortable ride. But just from bringing it back home after the video shoot the other day and just driving it here, honestly, if the road isn't terribly bad, the ride is actually fine, which is pretty awesome for me because I have really no other setting. There's no other suspension setting with these shocks that I have on the car other than stiff and stiff all the time. That's what she said. Okay, so that's the shocks. And number three, probably the most effective thing that's going to give me improved performance in terms of handling is the tires. I have the full-blown Trofeo R Pirelli tires on this car, which I have just been doing a little bit of testing the handling around some turns and stuff here and there on the way back from the video shoot the other day. And I can tell you guys that this car handles like a freaking race car, and it is so fun. I cannot wait until it is completely done and I'm able to start taking this car on Canyon drives. I will be tracking this car. It's just such an awesome feeling to have a mix of both worlds, being able to drive this on a daily basis. As you can see right now, I'm on a highway. It's not a bad highway in terms of road quality, and I am not bouncing around at all. It's totally fine. It's almost nothing changed with the suspension, but realizing that when I do start driving this car hard in the canyons, at the track, I'm going to be able to take advantage of all of those things that have changed on the car, and that just makes me so much more confident. It makes this driving experience so much more fun. That has been the most amazing realization of doing this build, is that I can have the awesome aesthetic. It looks ridiculous. Right now, I can tell you how many people are breaking their necks looking at this car as I pass by. And being able to also have that improved performance in the handling and driving the way that I love to drive this car, that is such a dream come true for me, and that was the number one goal. There's a couple actual full-blown challenge race cars that have been street legalized. There's one in Europe. I think there's only one or two here in the US. You might know Cyber Garage. You might have seen him on DDE, Daily Driven Exotics videos in the past. If you follow DDE, he has a yellow challenge car. That's a full-blown challenge car. It has the roll cage in here. It has no creature comforts, doesn't have any AC at all. And then there's Stradman's, obviously, his 430 challenge car, which, they're insane, right? But you are giving up a lot in terms of drivability, daily drivability, practicality. You give up a lot. So I think what I've done here with this build is a perfect combination of the two, which really lets me enjoy this car as much as I want to on a daily basis if I wanted to, without really giving much up. The only thing I think I've given up is the bumpy road mode button here on the steering wheel, which softens the dampers. I think that's the only thing I've given up in this entire build. Like everything else is just improvement without any kind of compromise, which is amazing, and I'm so glad we were able to pull that off. So I might actually make this vlog a 2-day thing because I'm actually going to be going back to Deity Motorsports in a couple days to drop off replacement shocks for the shocks that are on this car right now. So basically what happened, and one of the biggest reasons I'm taking it back to Deity right now, is that the vendor that gave me the shocks that are on the car right now, they gave me bad shocks. They were damaged, they were blown out, but I needed to do it because we had to have the car drivable for the reveal video, which was scheduled, and there was no going back from that schedule. So we had to have it done. It was still safe and drivable, but as you can see right now, you know, I'm driving on these same shocks. When I go over like a little dip or a pothole or a bad road, you can definitely hear the blown out shock making noise. I think it's the one here on the front right. But I was recently able to find replacements for these shocks, the same shocks as Challenge Race Car shocks, straight off the Ruiz car, but they were barely used. They look in absolutely amazing shape, and I'll be bringing those shocks to Deity in a couple days so they can do the whole replacement. Other thing I want to talk about is the lifting system. Guys, I'm so happy that we were able to do this. It was pretty lucky actually, because we put an air cup lifting system, not bags. This is not a bagged car. It is just so that I can get that insanely aggressive right height when I'm driving normally on normal roads like I am right now and on the track. It looks freaking awesome. There's no gap when I stick my finger and in between the tire and the wheel well. There's no gap, which is amazing. It looks so good. I have not seen any other car lower to the right height that this car is without being bagged. Deity Motorsports installed the lifting system on this car, which is awesome. They have a beautiful implementation here into the dashboard area of the car, just to the left of the steering wheel. It looks completely OEM actually. When you press the button, it lights up, telling you that the car is lifting up, and then when it's done, just press it down and it goes down immediately, kind of like a 4GT, kind of like a bag car, it goes down immediately. The lifting process only takes about 3 seconds to completely lift, which is actually faster than the OEM lifting system that comes with this car. So I am so happy. It was definitely needed because when we were filming in LA, downtown LA, Los Angeles, well, you can just imagine how bad those roads are. I would have been screwed, completely screwed, if I didn't have that lifting system. So that lift in combination with the right height of this car makes it completely drivable, which is saying something, because when you guys see the right height of this thing in person, you'll think that I'm scraping like all the time. And the only time I really scrape is when I am going at speed on a highway like this. And you know, sometimes on freeways or highways you get like you pass like a bridge and then it goes up for a bit, then it comes back down on the other side. That compression there, I'll scrape. And the other day at night, the videographers were behind me, driving behind me, and after a couple of those, they said that they saw sparks coming out from underneath my car. So that's pretty legit, because that's what race cars are supposed to do. Everything is completely safe, and I cannot believe that I'm able to drive with this right height with no issues. I've driven through the worst case scenario already in downtown LA, and wow, that was my biggest, like, that stance, that really gives this car that aggressive look. I mean, everything else with the wing and the front end, the whole new front end, gives it already an amazing look, but the stance, the tires, the offset of the tires and the wheels, it's perfect. And I do want to give I gotta give a big shout out to Bricks and Forge for the wheels as well. I was actually highly considering doing a center lock custom adapter conversion so I could run the actual race wheels on this car. But after seeing the Brixton R11Rs with the completed car and the right height and the new tires, of course, with that offset that really brings it out, giving it such a wider look on the road, I could not have been happier. This car looks insane. The wheels are perfect. I freaking love the wheels. I really don't think I need to do that center lock conversion anymore. There's really no point. This thing looks absolutely amazing. I'm so happy with those Brixton Force wheels. So other than replacing the shocks, Deity is also going to be just finishing up some of the last minute touches to make the car as perfect as possible. And then I also have to take the car to CFI Designs, my friend Kyle over there. Lots of thumbs up, and that's probably the best part about this. Just the wrap. that's a whole different video, guys. There's just too much to talk about. I think that's one of the biggest pluses of this build, making people smile whenever they see this car. And so far, just driving it here a couple days, I'm not even supposed to be driving it, by the way. This is just necessary mileage that I have to put on the car to get it from place to place for it to be done. Just seeing people's reactions so far. Smiles all around, and that was a big goal for this car, for the wrap. This is actually just a dream come true, being able to make this car. All right, so back on track. Other than the shocks replacement, I also need to do a clear bra on the front end of the car. I need to ceramic coat the entire wrap so it just pops a little bit more. By the way, the wrap is going to be like its own video. There's too much to talk about the wrap. It is one of the most insane wraps you'll ever see, and I really, really love how it came out. I'm going to have a dedicated video for that. I'm going to bring out the designer himself. His name's Kevin. He's going to come over and we're going to do a full walk around of the car and talk about how hard it was to create this wrap from start to finish. It took so many months, and it's definitely worth the wait. Also, CFI Designs Kyle, he's going to be welding the tow hook onto the rear of the car, which is, well, you got to have your tow hooks if you're doing a race car build, right? Other than those things, there's really not much. Oh, there's a bit of adjustment I still need to do on the hood. That's what Dade is actually going to be working on first, while they wait for the shocks, the new shocks to come in. But yeah, the hood isn't like completely as perfect as I want it to be. I think it's just the way that the manufacturer created the hood. It just doesn't fit as right as it should, but we're going to try to play around with the fenders a little bit, see what we can do, maybe move the headlight a tad, see if we can get that fitting a lot better. So the hood, and then I'll have to tint the windshield here, not too dark, just something to help with the heat coming in from the sun. And then I will have to have the installation of Racing Optics windshield protection, which is going to be its own video as well. One of my sponsors, they have a new windshield protection product, which is basically, you know, when you have a helmet and you have those tearaways, so you can clear your visor. They made that, but for your car, for the windshield, so you have 3 layers. So say you go like on a rally or a cruise, and you know your windshield gets pitted up, get a few rock chips in there. You could just peel off the current layer of the windshield protection that you have, and you're back to new. And you have 3 layers, so that's gonna last you a while. And it is such a clever system. I'm so excited to try that out. So yeah, we'll have that installed, and geez guys, I think that's pretty much it. I don't know if you can tell, but I do have the carbon fiber door panels now. They look so awesome. I just love it. We're pretty close to dating now. We're about 20 minutes away. I'll see if I make this its own video so far or just continue it on, because I do want to show you guys a little bit of the lifting system and the installation of those race car shocks. But if I choose to make that its own video, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this update was enough to kind of hold you over for another couple weeks while we wait for the reveal video to be edited. But I promise that the reveal video is going to be awesome. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch. And I hope you guys are subscribed so you do not miss it. So yeah, if you're not subscribed, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a like if you're excited for this reveal as much as I am. Until the next one, guys, I'll see you very soon. Deuces! Alright, so I got to a pretty bad highway. And I'm bouncing around a lot. It actually feels really good though. It's like I'm getting massaged.